Yes, yes. We are now live on Facebook, Sam.
Okay, good, good. Okay, once, right. I need to change the setting on my site. Okay, okay. Hi there. Welcome, everybody, to our inaugural Kangen Disputers meeting on a Saturday. We've been having this meeting on a Wednesday for the last 7 years, and this is the very first time that we decided to do on a trial basis to move it to a weekend and also change the timing from 11 a.m. Malaysian time to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is mainly to cater to the people in the West, namely UAE as well as Europe. So I think today, who are the people here who are from Europe and Middle East? Can you just type in I there in the chat box? All right. Okay, quite a few of you. Yeah, because before we did this, right? Before we did this, it was like 3 o'clock in the UK. It is like impossible for you guys to be here, right? Because now we have moved it to, I think UK time is 8 o'clock in the morning. So you have shifted 4 hours ahead. So now we have a very special guest today with us. Jeevan Sahadevan was my business coach in my previous business before I got into the Kangen business. And Jeevan has, Jeevan, I'll let Jeevan introduce himself very quickly because he does a much better job. Okay. So the floor is yours. And this guy, I'm very sure for those of you who are seeing him for the very first time, right, you will be blown away in the next 30 minutes or so. So I think who here was at the Sales and Marketing Master class few weeks ago? Can you just type in me or I? Yep. Quite a few of you here, right? Okay. There you go. All right. So without much further ado, let's give a big hand to Jeevan Sahadevan. Over to you, Jeevan.
Thank you, Sam. So good to be here. Who's happy I'm here? Say, I love you, Jeevan. Say, I love you, Jeevan, that you're happy I'm here. Thank you, Bala. Who else is here? Seshu, Jessica, Vivek, Egbert. All of you are here. Fantastic. Nice to be here. Are you ready for the most amazing half an hour in the next 30 minutes? I've got quite a lot packed up for you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Say yes. Say yes if you're ready. Those who were in my masterclass, the last one and the one before, say I was there. Pop it out. Say I was there. If you were there, say I was there. Who was there? So yeah, let's see you guys. You're all there. Sam, Sally, Seshu. Had fun, right? Learn a lot, right? There you go. You learn a lot. So what have I got for you today? Guess where we're at? Where are we now in 2021? Where are we in 2021? We're at what? Today's March 20th. So where are we in 2021? We're at the end of Q1. So we're headed into Q2. So when Sam said, hey, coach, could you come on and give our guys a boost? And today's session, so thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here. I said, yes, I love these guys. Why not? So I'd love to come here and give you guys one heck of a boost. Are you ready? You ready or not? Say yes. If you're ready, say yes, I'm ready. So, okay, what I want to do, it's a special session today. I want to prepare you for Q2. Okay, that's it, just Q2. Not the rest of the year, just Q2. I'm going to give you, to help you do this. So here's, as typical with all my sessions, you remember, yeah, those of you who were at the master class, I think some of you wrote like 30 pages of notes. So you want to have some paper with you in the next 30 minutes. If you don't have some paper with you, you're going to regret. You're going to be very unhappy. So you want to do that. And the second thing is, you really want to turn this thing off, because don't let anything take your time away for the next 30 minutes, because I've got some really good stuff for you, and it's going to make you very successful. So if you're ready, let's get started. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 9 questions. That's it, 9 questions. And these 9 questions, your answer to the 9 questions will blow your Q2 out of the roof. You will have a tremendously successful Q2. And this is what's going to happen. So what I want you to do is this. Listen closely. For each question that I give you, write down the question, and you can shoot out some of your answers in the chat box. But here's what I'm going to do, something special for you. For each question, I'll give you 3 steps. So the 9 questions, 9 times 3, there'll be 27 steps. So each question, I'll give you 3 steps on how to activate the question. Would that be great? Would you like that? Say yes. Pop it down there. Say yes. We love you, Jeevan. I'm asking for it, aren't I? So yes. So that's what I'm going to do, because my commitment is that you not just get the questions, get the answers, but you execute. So I've designed the session today to be a session because I'm a business coach, a legend at coaching people. So it's a coaching session today, okay? I'm going to coach you through the process. So here's what will happen. I'll give you the question. I'll explain the question a little bit, and then you're going to spend the weekend writing down your answers. And then you launch it by activating the 3 steps for each question, okay? And as always, my session, bang, it's already 5 o'clock and the session's over. So pay attention, yeah? You know how it was in the 2-day masterclass, right? Next thing you know, it's already 9 o'clock and you were like, oh no, it's over. So that's how my sessions are. They'll be very gripping because of the content that I share with you is extremely practical. So very nice to see so many familiar faces. So nice to see all of you again. As you know, I have a masterclass in June. Sam and gang will talk about it. I think it's almost full. I'm not sure. So if you're not on it, your team's not on it, make sure you get them on it so that they can get a lot of flavor of me and really shoot off some success for 2021. Now, get ready for Q2. Okay, I'm going to prepare you for Q2. Now, so let's look a little background here. So what's Q2 like? So Q2 is a very momentum quarter. It's all about building a huge, strong momentum. Q1, January was a bit of a mess for most people as they came out of 2020, post-COVID, and everything's a mess. And then February, there's so many public holidays and MCO hit again. And, people are just trying to find themselves, trying to find their way. And March came along, and March was a clearer month. Things could get done. But what I'm interested in is that you get ready for Q2 and you smash it. And you're going to do it if you pay attention to these 9 questions, okay? They're not easy questions, neither will your answers be easy, but hey, since when does Jeevan give you the easy stuff, okay? So let's get started. Question number 1. Have you invested, by the way, someone can type it out, yeah? Once I say the question, somebody can type it out. One of you kind souls who can type really fast and spell well, you can type it out. So question 1, have you invested in your identity? Have you invested in your identity? Francesco is saying, I feel like Usain Bolt right now on the starting line. Francesco. So have you invested in your, thank you, Barbara. Have you invested in your identity? What am I talking about? Now, this is the thing, guys. If you want to be successful, you want your Q2 to be amazing, guess what? You got to invest in your identity. And this is a challenge because if I ask you this question, and you'll be surprised at your own answer. Think about it. How many hours a week do you actually spend on your identity? Do you even know what to do to change identity? If you have the identity of a victim, you're not going to go very far. If you have the identity of a sales champion, you're going to smash this. If you have a 6A identity, you're going to get 6 A's. So have you invested in your identity? And if your answer is no, or I sort of have done it, this, that, 3 steps. Let me help you out. 3 steps. Step 1. You want the 3 steps? You guys want the 3 steps or not? Say yes. Say yes, I give it to you. You want it now or you want it at the masterclass? You want it now or at the masterclass? I think Francesco answered at the masterclass, right? So you want it now. Okay, here are the 3 steps. Now you got to invest in your identity. And to do that, let me help you out. There are 3 steps I'll give you. The first step is called the I am statements. You are going to write it now. You're going to write your 10 I am statements. You can write it now, you can write it later, but you have to write 10 I am statements. Now, what is an I am statement? That is a declaration of your identity. For example, now choose something amazing and be it. Be that which you say. For example, you say, I am a 6A legend. That's it. That's who you are. And that's that. No, non-negotiable. Don't say something like, I'm okay. Why would you do that? Don't say, I'm handsome. Yeah, that's it. You say, I'm a millionaire, multimillionaire, decamillionaire. Say it, throw it out there. This is the first step. Your brain must recognize it. Now, for example, if you're really struggling financially and the first time you say, I'm a millionaire, your subconscious mind will go, yeah, right. Have you seen your bank account? So then you tell your subconscious mind, shut up and thank you for sharing. And then you say it again, I'm a millionaire. You say it again and you say it again until your subconscious says, all right, you know what? Here's the money. Keep quiet. See, that's the way it's going to be. You must declare your identity. Many years ago, do you guys want a story? Do you like my stories? I got a lot of stories, you know. You want a story or not? So if I get 5 yeses, I'll give you a story. That's got to be a yes. Okay. So let me tell you a story. So many years ago, there was this guy named Jude. So Jude was some, and Jude used to do some of the dumbest things. Oh, this is a true story, yeah? Jude used to do some of the dumbest things I've ever seen a person do. And the problem was, I actually know Jude quite well. And I know Jude's a really smart kid. I mean, he's a smart guy. And he's, at that time, he was 45 years old. And so Jude, Francesco wants to know where John is. Well, John ain't coming back until the masterclass. So Jude, so hopefully no one's boyfriend is Jude. The last time I said John, I think half of you had boyfriends named John. So let's go to Jude now. So Jude was 45 years old at the time. He was doing just really dumb things. And one day I couldn't take it. And I said, Jude, can we have a cup of tea? I want to talk to you. And so we had a cup of tea. And I said, Jude, why do you do some of the stupidest things I've seen a person do? You mess things up on a grand scale. And the thing is, I know you're not stupid. So that's why I'm totally confused. If you were stupid, I'd leave you alone. And we won't be having this conversation. But you're not. And then Jude said something very interesting. When he was growing up, many years ago, when he was growing up, he actually throughout his lifetime, his mom would say that, Jude, you're so stupid. Why are you so stupid? Why do you do such a stupid thing? And his mother would keep saying that again and again. And now at 45 years old, he's married and he lives with his mom and she's still saying it. And guess what? He believes it because he himself started to say that. And he kept saying that he's stupid and he's this and he's that. And you know what? He started acting it out because his subconscious mind accepted it. So I said, let's change this, Jude. I'm going to give you a new statement. He says, what? He says, I am superb at closing sales. I said, but Jivan, I'm not. I said, doesn't matter. Just say it. But say it like you believe it. And he kept saying that. And guess what happened? He started closing sale after sale after sale. So that's the power of identity. So the first step is 10 I am statements. You're going to do 10 I am statements. Shoot me some I am statements right now. Shoot it out. Let me have a look. Shoot me. What are some I am statements? Shoot me out. So 10 I am statements. Yeah, shoot out at least one I am statement. Say something. I am, fill in the blanks. So I'm healthy. Seshu's going, I'm healthy. I'm powerful. Good. You got good stuff coming up. Second step is design and decide how many hours a week you will do identity work. So the first step is your 10 I am statements. And the second step is decide how many hours a week you will work on your identity. Whether it's reading books around that, doing stuff around that, whatever will help you promote that new identity, write it down. Okay, how many hours a week? Most people spend, you know how much time on the identity? Most people would spend, you know how much time? About 5 minutes a year. People don't do much work on their identity. That's just ridiculous. Number 3, the third step is write down 3 things that you will commit to in order to increase your identity. 3 things. So whatever identity you've chosen, if you say, I'm a multimillionaire, one of the things you will commit to is purchasing properties. And you're going to go out every Saturday at 3 o'clock and look for properties and shop around, even if you don't have money. You're going to shop around. So first step is 10 I am statements. Second step is 3 things you will commit to. Second step is decide on the hours per week that you would work on your identity. And the third step is 3 things you'll commit to increase your identity. So this is question 1. Are you learning lots, guys? Say yes. Drop me a yes if you're learning lots. Nice. Okay. So that's question 1. Question 2. Very important question, yeah? So someone, as usual, can type it out. Who are you letting into your inner circle? Who are you letting into your inner circle? Who are you letting into your inner circle? Let me tell you something about this, guys. Let me tell you this. Now, we are constantly being influenced. Constantly. By you being here today listening to me, are you being influenced? Yes, you're being influenced. See, we're constantly being influenced. Now, this is important because you want to take a look at that influence. So who are you letting into your inner circle? Because you're being influenced by that. So you want to choose this carefully. Most people don't choose. They just surround themselves with all kinds of nonsense people, nonsensical people. So you want to choose the kind of people that you let into your inner circle. If someone's a totally negative and toxic person, don't put them in your inner circle. Inner circle is basically the circle of people, friends that you meet very often. That's your inner circle. So you want to choose who are you letting into your inner circle. This will determine your Q2. So you want a story? Want a story or not? Give me 5 yeses, I give you a story. Okay, so by the way, don't put up your hand yet. Just type in a question if you've got a question. So let me tell you a story. Now, a long time ago, in the year 1917, how long ago is that? That's just like really long. Okay, in the year 1917, these two boys were driving an ambulance together. In a circle, yeah, two of these boys. These two boys were driving an ambulance together. They spent a lot of time together and they encouraged each other and they both had very big thinking. And these two boys became billionaires. Do you want to know their names? You all know them. Do you want to know their names? They were ambulance drivers in 1917. Their names are Walt Disney and Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc was the builder of McDonald's. He built McDonald's, a multi-billion-dollar company. And Walt Disney, we all know Walt Disney. You see that? You see the power of the inner circle? So 3 steps. Step 1, study your associates. Study your associates. Who are you associating with? Study that. Study your associates and list down the closest 5 people you move around with. Are you moving around with a bunch of clowns? You got to know that. You got to study your associates. Take a look at that. Okay, so that's 1. Second, step number 2 is find mentors. Get yourself some mentors, because this is the challenge is that most people don't make an effort to get mentors. You want to grow fast in the Kangen business, make sure you surround yourself with mentors, people who have a lot to teach you. When you hear people speaking today, they've got a lot of testimonials. We heard Matthew, we heard, was it Bala? We heard quite a few of them speaking. Listen, take notes, listen to them, take notes, listen to what they've said and how they've benefited, and then you can do the same, okay? So that's the second step, find mentors. Third step, be mentored. You know, one of the challenges, I'm a business coach, so I coach people. I've been coaching people for 21 years. In the last 21 years, I was one of the first business coaches in the country, and even in the region, actually. And for the last 21 years, more than a few 100,000 people have been through my programs. And I can tell you this, I often do meet people who can't be mentored. The business is, I've never ever seen a business I can't turn around, ever. I've turned around hundreds and thousands of businesses. I've never met a business I can't turn around, but I've met people that I can't turn around, because there are some people out there who just can't be mentored. They're too stubborn in the head. So 3 steps: study your associates, find mentors, be mentored, and that will determine who you let into your inner circles. That's question 2. Question 3. Okay, question 3 is: do you have a master list of all prospects you have met in recent months? Do you have a master list of all prospects you have met in recent months? You see, you know something, guys? Most people don't even know who they met last Thursday. So you better keep a list, okay? You gotta have a list of everybody. Everybody you meet, you wanna keep a list. And it doesn't matter how many people you meet, but it matters that you keep a good list. Now, the format you keep your list is just as important. Some people keep it really badly, you know, they write it on tissue paper and things like that. And you wanna, if you're gonna put it on your phone, now don't use something that is just on the phone. Use something that's in the cloud, like Evernote. Because if it's on the phone as you're an Android device, then you switch to an iPhone, these things may not transfer across. Something in the cloud like Evernote is going to be quite useful, okay? Or whatever other apps that you want to use. So 3 steps. Step 1, make a list of the last 50 people that you met and presented to. That's the first step. Step 2, under each name, write down a next step. What is the next step you're going to do under each name? Bernard Chan is saying, Jeevan, I'm getting so much value from these 20 minutes. Yeah, Bernard, that's Jeevan Sahadevan, all right. Anyone talks to me for in 5 minutes, you get ₦1 million worth of value. So that's just how I am, because I'm always here to deliver tremendous value to you. So yes, Bernard, I hope to see you at the masterclass as well. Okay, so where was I? Yes, the first one, make a list of your last 50 packs. The last 50 people you spoke to, make sure you've got that list. And you can go back last month, the month before, go back to 2020 if you must, but try and get a list of 50 names. Second, under each name, write down the next step, because the next step could be different for different people. Each person, you may have a completely different next step. You know, for one guy, the next step could be give him a call. Next person, the next step could be take him for roti canai and drink Kangen water. Is you can have different next steps. The next person could be ask her out on a date and tell her you'll marry her if she buys a machine. You know, it could be anything. It can be any kind of next step. So Francesco's getting ideas now. So yes. So you want to do this. You want to make sure that you've got next steps for every single name. And number 3, third step, decide on a strategy for each person. What's the strategy for each person that you're going to use to close them? Everyone you meet, you're going to close them into one of 2 things. Either you close them as a sale and they buy a Kangen machine, or you close them as a downline. So you're closing people all the time, or a combination of the 2. Yeah? Does it make sense, guys? Yeah, so that's question 3. Are you getting lots of value? Say, yes, we love you. Say, put that in, we love you. So I know you're getting lots and lots of values. Put it in. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Love it. Jaspal, Meda, Nagesh, Vinod Kumar. Cool, you guys rock. Are you ready for question 4? Okay, question 4. Do you know the top 10 things you do? Listen closely, yeah? Do you know the top 10 things you do that leads to a closing of the sale? Do you know the top 10 things you do that leads to the closing of a sale? Do you know? So this is the thing. Many people do amazing things, but they don't realize what is the top 10 that leads to the closing of a sale. They don't realize it. See, different people do different things. You know, you may have some specific things you do that leads to the closing of a sale. For example, it could even be what you wear. Maybe you wear a certain white shirt that gives you so much confidence. And you know, you've got that special tie that you use perhaps. Or maybe it's the way you talk about testimonials in the Kangen business. Maybe it's the way you share a personal testimonial. It could be anything, but do you know what those things are? You see, so I want you to start to identify what are those 10 things that actually lead to the closing of a sale for you. Because for other people, it may not work, but it works for you. So do you know what it is? So Emily's asking, what's the question again? Scroll up, Emily, look at what Francesco wrote there. Let's see if Francesco got it right. Do you know the top 10 things you do that leads to a closing of the sale? Clever boy. So yes, that's it. Do you know? Now, if your answer is no, guess what? You got to change that answer. You got to know. You got to know. So type out some of the things you guys do that leads to the closing of a sale. What is it? What do you do that leads to the closing of a sale? Type it out, type it out, type it out. By the way, I'm extending a little bit to 5:15. Are you guys okay with that? You okay if I go on to 5:15? Can? Yeah. Well, if you're not okay, you'd have to be okay. So sharing water, giving feedback. So these are a lot of things you can do that leads to closing. So 3 steps again. Let's get right in. Number 1, step 1, list your top 10 closes. List down the top 10 things that make you close sales. Step 2, mentally rehearse the top 10 closes. Rehearse so you become flawless at the top 10. Step 3, role play them to perfection with someone else. Ask a friend, you know, Rachel can ask Matthew, or Maria can ask Desai, or Lau can ask Jaspal. Role play with them on Zoom or face-to-face, it doesn't matter. But role play, practice your 10, and you see how good you become. So that's question 4. Now we go to question 5. I got 9 questions, yeah? So we go to question 5. You guys getting lots of ideas? Getting lots and lots? Yeah. Cool. Question 5. Do you have incredible product knowledge? Do you have incredible product knowledge? Write it down. Write the question down. Who's my question guy? Write it down, write it down, write it down. Where are you, Francesco? Write it down. Do you have incredible product knowledge? This is so important. And this is the thing, you know, because for many people, they don't realize that your product knowledge is everything. You got to make sure that you have incredible product knowledge and make it happen. Okay. So to help you with this, 3 steps again. 3 steps. Now, by the way, guys, don't pop your hand up. Just ask the question in there. Okay. Now see, then I can address it. So 3 steps. Okay. Now, the step 1, list 10 features and benefits of your product. List it down so that you don't get caught off guard. List down the 10 features and benefits of your product. List it down. So you got to know. Now, if you don't know what the features and benefits of your product is, guess what? Talk to someone. Talk to someone. Don't just stay in the place of not knowing. Okay. If you don't know something, find out. Use this thing called the brain and this thing called the mouth. And once you use the brain and the mouth, use this thing called the ears and listen carefully to what the other person is saying. So that's the first one, first step. Second step, design scripts and stories. Design scripts and stories around those 10 benefits and those 10 features. Design scripts and stories. Third step, practice it in front of a mirror. Practice, that's what I did. You know, when I first started as a business coach, I was very shy and I don't know what I was saying. You know, I remember once you want a story, guys? You want a story? I remember my very first talk here. I went to this thing called the SCAL event. There were all these travel agencies, hotels, and all these people. It's one of the very first talks I ever did in my life. And this is like 21 years ago. And I was really shy. Can you imagine? I was a shy kid. I'm not shy now, but I was back then. So I went for this talk and I stood up to speak and my mouth sat back down. Nothing came out. And the talk was so bad that people gave me the charity clap. You know, that long face, slow clap. They gave me the charity clap and it was horrendous. And I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. But then I had this saying in my head, if I can't, I must. If I can't, I must. So I kept practicing. I went and spoke at Rotaries. I spoke here. Then eventually I had audiences, 5,000, 3,000, 4,000, that kind of stuff. But the thing is, you see, I just kept doing it. I practice in front of the mirror all the time. So that really helps. Okay. Question 6. What's your leads to appointment ratio? What is your leads to appointment ratio? What is your leads to appointment ratio? Thank you. Putting it up. Now, what does that mean? For example, now let's say you got a whole bunch of leads. You got a lot of leads. You got like 20 leads, but you got one appointment. That's not a very good ratio. So that means a lot of your leads are not becoming appointments. No, and you need to improve that skill. Now, let's say your lead to appointment ratio is 1-to-1. You get one lead, you get one appointment. That's great. But the problem is you only got one lead. But you're really good at turning leads into appointments. Appointments is where you make the sale. All right. So you want to convert leads into appointments. Get as many leads into appointments as you can. And that's where you make the sale. Whether they're online appointments, offline appointments, your leads have to become appointments. But the problem is most people don't know their leads to appointment ratio. So you want to figure this out. Claire's asking, what should we practice in front of the mirror? Well, you can practice a lot of things, but practice what I said to practice in front of the mirror. The scripts and the stories around the features and benefits of the product. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, back to this again. So leads and appointments ratio, 3 steps. Step number 1, identify your lead generation strategies. What are the strategies you're going to do to get a whole bunch of leads coming your way? Now, step 2, work each strategy to understand your LA ratio, your leads to appointment ratio. Work the strategy so well that you can track your lead and appointment ratio, how many leads you get and how many of them become appointments. Work it really well. Step 3, improve. Improve, improve, improve. You see, when you do this, let me put it to you this way. Years ago, this is like, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I think it was, when I was learning to play squash. And I got this guy to teach me how to play squash. And someone's asked me to repeat the steps. So here are the 3 steps. So what's your lead to appointment ratio is question 6. The 3 steps is step 1, identify lead strategies. By the way, guys, you can rewatch the video here because it's on Sam's Facebook. So it'll be up there anyway. So you can rewatch this video later. So make sure you do, okay? So the first step is identify your lead generation strategies. So you know what you're doing be very clear. Second step is work each strategy and study your LA ratio for each one. So work it properly and study. Third step is improve it. Improve it, improve it, improve it. Be continuously improving it. Okay? Now, so to come back to the lead to appointment ratio thing, let me just put it to you like this. So years ago when I was learning to play squash, and the guy was teaching me how to play squash, and he said, "This is a Jivan, I tell you one thing you never forget." I said, "What?" Never take your eye off the ball. Never take your eye off the ball. Don't turn and look at this pretty girl, or don't turn and look at the lizard on the wall. Never take your eye off the ball. I thought, wow, that's interesting, because the minute you do that, you miss the shot. And squash, the ball moves how fast? Faster than a person can gossip. So that's how fast the ball moves, really fast. Okay. So in business, what is the ball? What's the ball in business? It's not revenue. It's not profits. That's not the ball. Never take your eye off the ball. In business, the ball is appointments. You know your appointments, you win. Revenue, profits, everything comes later. Customers, they all come later. But never take your eye off the ball. And in business, the ball is appointments. Am I making sense, guys? Say yes. Am I making sense? Say yes. Say, I love you, Jivan. So you can do that. There you go. Okay, so keep that in mind, yeah, guys. It's keep your eye on the ball, okay? All right, question number 7. Thank you. I love you too, all of you. All right, question 7. Okay, this is such an important question, but it's tucked in here at question 7. And if you ask me, I think this is probably one of the most important questions, but I hid it inside question 7. Do you know why? Do you know why? Well, I'm not going to tell you why, but I'll just tell you that it's the most important question. Okay, so listen closely to the question. Do you want the question now or you want it later? You want it now or you want it later? Francesco is saying no, June. He doesn't want it in June. You want it now, now. Okay. Okay, here's the question. Most important question for Q2, okay? What are your top 5 objectives for Q2? Guys, decide your game. Decide it now. What are your top 5 objectives for Q2? Don't leave this to chance. Maybe your one object. By the way, choose properly, okay? Choose properly. So don't choose something that requires more than 90 days to do. How many days do we have in Q2? We've got 90 days. That is 13 weeks. You've got 13 weeks in Q2. Q2 starts when? When does Q2 start? When does Q2 start? Quarter 2. When does it start? No, it doesn't start on April 1st. It starts when? Now. Because the preparation starts now. The actual quarter, yes, it starts in April, but the preparation starts now. It's got to start now. It's March 20th. You got to start now. There's not much time. So you got to decide, what are my 5 objectives? Now, your whole Q2 is about these 5 objectives. Don't go anywhere. You just pay attention to 5 objectives. That's it. Don't waste time on anything else. Now, guys, I want to hear from you. You learned this from me before. Objectives must be what? They must be super clear. Can you type out an objective that you have for Q2? So let me help you out. I'll correct you if you've made a mistake. Okay, so I'll correct you or improve it. Type it out. Let me get some objectives right now. Those of you who know, give me one objective for Q2. Shoot it out, guys. So Pete wants 6 A's, 5-2. Clear, pass. Next one. Edgar wants 15. I don't know, 15 what? Maybe 15 durians or no idea. So Sonia wants to invade Kerala. I don't know. Maybe she wants fish curry. I'm not sure. So Ram wants 6A. Very good. Pass. Egbert, start my master list. No idea what master list he's on about. So no. Barbara, 6A22. Yes, pass. Sam, 6 distributors. Pass. Ashif, 6A. Pass. Srinivaso, 5A. Pass. Now this guy, Pankaj, to close sales. Fail. Figure out why. Satish, bodybuilder. Fail. Vivek, get plan done in head, fail. So see, not clear. Not clear. Edgar, 15 sales, pass. AQ healer, whose was that? 6A, yes, healed. So next one. What do you got? Oh, this thing's being so fast. Hold on. So Simon's got 20 direct sales, pass. Seshu, 6A, pass. Francesco, one long story here. Convert 5, lagging, dragging prospects who are interested in the business. Well, just say convert 5 guys. So convert 5. Philo Young, lose 5 kgs. Yeah. What you want to do, Philo, is say shed 5 kgs because you don't want to find it back again, You want to shed it and let it be gone. So Jessica, 10 sales daily. So, whoa. Never daily. Times what? The 90 days. That's what you got to do. See, always annualize it. Quarterize it, okay? Jasper 682. So very good. Prida, 25 direct sales in March and April. Well, we're not about March anymore. We're about April. So, okay. So that's what I mean, guys. Make sense? Yeah. Raj, recruit 10 people as team members. Very nice. Very clear. Make sense, guys? Are you learning lots? Are you learning lots? Say yes, I'm learning lots. So pop it up there. Nice. Okay. 3 steps. As I promised you, every question I give you 3 steps. So for question 1, what are your top 5 objectives for Q2? I give you 3 steps. Step one, write down your top 5 objectives. You got to write it down. Don't keep it in your head. Write it down. So write it down, choose it, write it down. So step 1 is write down your top 5 objectives for Q2. Step 2 is make plans to achieve those objectives. Make plans, don't just write it down, make plans, make a lot of plans to achieve them. And step 3 is work on your plans every single day. Write down your objectives, make plans to achieve them, work on your plans every single day. Makes sense? Give me a yes. Makes sense? Give me a yes. Give me a yes. Fantastic. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Vibrant Health, and everybody else. Nice. Question 8. Now, question 8 is related to question 7. If question 8 doesn't happen, if the answer of question 8 doesn't happen, then question 7 will fail. So what's question 8? Question 8 is, what are your top 5 behavior modifications for Q2? Come on, someone type it out. What are your top 5 behavior modifications for Q2? Now, you see, this is the thing, guys. If you really want to be successful, you've got to modify behaviors. You're not going to get your 5 objectives if you don't modify your behaviors. So what behaviors must you modify? What must you change? Maybe you gotta decide, you know what? One of my behaviors is I got to put 1 Facebook advertisement a day, for example. I don't know. What behaviors you want to change? Maybe you got to make 5 calls a day, every day. For 90 days, every day, 5 calls. So for 90 days, you're going to do that. And that's 450 calls in the whole quarter. Every day, you're going to do that. What behaviors? Now, don't choose easy peasy behaviors. People choose really dumb behaviors, like don't say things like, I will eat more vegetables. Yeah, that's all great, but that's got nothing to do with some sales objectives, if you've got sales objectives. Choose behaviors that will give you your objectives. Am I making sense? Because when I look at some people and the behaviors they write down, they give me really 5:30 behaviors. And those things like, I must be more excited. What is that? That's nonsense. You see, that's a rubbish behavior. So give some real behavior. So if you want 6 A's, now what's a behavior that will guarantee 6 A's? Don't say, I will think big. Come on. What's a behavior that will guarantee 6 A's? You got to think about this one. Okay. So Francesco says consistency of actions. Well, no, fail. Why? Consistency of what actions? You can say consistency of driving to town and back every day 5 times a day. That's not going to get you 6 A's. You see, so what actions are you going to be consistent in? Prasad says demos, very nice, but be more specific. So maybe a demo a day, a demo a week, 3 demos a week. You see, so you got to be clear about your behaviors. And I tell you, that's how you become successful. When I first started as a business coach, I was a useless business coach. This is 21 years ago. I wasn't very good. Today, I'm the best business coach in the country and even possibly in the region. And you know why? Because of 2004. In 2004, I made a major behavior change. Do you want to know what that is? Do you want to know? Do you know what's the behavior change I made that made me the #1 business coach in the country and the region? The behavior change was, do you want to know now or in June? The thing is that the behavior change was, I made a decision and I signed a contract with myself to read 1 book a week every week. I never stopped. So I began reading a book a week in 2004, and I still do. If you're on my Facebook, you'd have seen the books I put up today. I put up this book today. It's a very, very fascinating book. I'm reading this today. I started reading this today. So I read a book a week. And this is the thing. And that exploded my knowledge. So when I started reading a book a week, my knowledge exploded and I became very, very sharp. And that's the thing. You got to choose behaviors that will guarantee your objectives. All right. 3 steps. Step 1, choose 5 behavior modifications. That's first step. Choose 5 behavior modifications. Step 2, schedule the behavior modification. Don't leave it to chance. It'll never happen. Schedule them into your planning. Schedule them into your day, into your diary. Third step is track them. Track your behavior changes, whether you're doing it or not. Track it every day. Guys, am I making sense? Make sense or not? Are you learning lots? Say, I'm learning tons. If you're learning lots, say, I'm learning tons. Yeah, here we go. And then say, I'm so sad it's about to end. It's going to finish. It's almost 5:15. I told you time will fly with me. It's almost 5:15, right? Are you sad it's all over? I've got 1 question left. So, yes. Okay. Now, the last question. Question 9. I like this last question a lot. I think you can guess what the question is. So, here we go. So, somebody type it out. Question 9 is, what 3 books will you read and study? Notice the word study. What 3 books will you read and study in Q2? Come on, type it out. What 3 books will you read and study in Q2? You see, guys, don't just read a book, study. Now, I've given you a number here, 3. You can read more, but you cannot read less. If you're reading less than 1 book a month, take your right hand and slap your face like that. If you still read less than 1 book a month after hearing this 1 month from today, take your left hand and slap your face again. And do this every month. You don't read a book a month. Okay, you got to keep doing it, because you know why? You want to do this. Today, what people pollute their minds with is nonsense in social media. As every time you open your Facebook or Instagram and you see all that stuff out there, there's so much nonsense. So when you read a book, you're reading what an author has done a lot of research in, and that'll change a lot of things. So some people ask me to repeat questions. I will say you got to go and watch the video again. So you ain't gonna repeat no questions. So that's why you got to take a lot of notes, right? You know, with Jivan, you got to take lots and lots of notes. So you want to start reading books. Now, what kind of books should you read? Would you like to know? Do you want to know what kind of books to read to be super successful in Q2? You want to know now, or you want to know in June? Can't know in June because it's for Q2. So you got to know now. So here's what you got to read. Listen up. You've got to read the books that guarantee your 5 objectives. Okay, if one of your objectives is to shed 20 kgs, then you got to read a book on dieting and exercising. Okay, so you got to read books according to your objectives. Now, Sam has just put up the link for those who are not getting the stuff I'm saying and they're missing out. Click on the link. Tell all your friends to click on the link that Sam has put up, and you make it public. And so even if you're not friends with Sam, you can still click on it. But tell all your friends to click on it. This 45 minutes with me, was it gold? Was this 45 minutes with me absolute gold? Say, yes, it was gold. Diamond, Sam says diamond. Thank you, Sam. Francesco goes platinum. So yeah, so this is the thing. Now, don't simply choose books. Again, you'll notice something about my style. I'm very intentional in a lot of things I do. So, and I want you to learn that habit. Be intentional, okay? So you've got 5 objectives that you're working on for Q2. So please be intentional and don't simply choose books. If one of your objectives is to make the best fried rice with lapchong, then buy a book on that, on fried rice. Okay, so that's the objective. Well, that's going to be a strange objective, by the way, but yeah. So this is the thing, you know, you really want to be very specific. If your objective is sales, then you read books on sales. If your objective is marketing driven, read books on that. So if it's personal development, books on that. So whatever your objective is, you're going to select the 3 books. Now, the 3 books is a minimum. It's a minimum. I would hope you can do a bit more, but it's a minimum. So don't do less than 3 books, because anyone can read a book a month. Anyone. All you have to do is read for half an hour a day, and guaranteed you will finish a book a month. Find half an hour every day, and do not have your phone next to you. Switch it off and put it far away, and read nonstop for half an hour, and you will finish a book a month. Make sense, guys? Yeah. So Bernard is asking, Jivan, what's your take on audiobooks? Audiobooks are good. Listen close to this. I get this question a lot, actually. Audiobooks are good for only one thing: when you're doing something else. That's the only time audiobooks are good. Like when you're driving or when you're mopping the house, if you ever mop your house, or when you are typing messages like, I really love Jeevan, that sort of stuff, then audiobooks are good. Okay, put in the background. But the thing is this, because try to just sit down like this and listen to an audiobook. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, it's never gonna happen. So be careful with audiobooks. So they're good if you're doing something else. Put it in the background and listen to audiobooks more than once. When you're driving, you're doing something, just put in, like I do audiobooks when I'm on my cardio climber, when I'm working out, and I'm whacking those audiobooks. I try and finish a lot of it doing that. So yeah, so audiobooks are great for walks. Yes, Reshma, they're really good for walks because you can't hold a physical book when you go for a walk. So that's kind of tough. So yeah, you can't do. So these are some of the things you got to do. So these are the 9 questions. I've given you 9 questions, but hold on. I haven't given you the 3 steps yet for the question 9. So 3 steps, question 9. Step 1, choose areas. Choose the areas that are most important to you in Q2. So choose the areas, maybe marketing, maybe sales, maybe team development, maybe recruitment. Choose the areas. Step 2, research titles and make the purchase. Don't just research a title. How do you research titles? Go to Amazon and search. Go to Google, go to Amazon, research titles, go to the bookshop, go to Kinokuniya, go to MPH, research titles and make the purchase, okay? And third one is map out the chapters. Map out the chapters. What do I mean by that? Say an average book has about 10 chapters. Write down the date next to each chapter by which you will finish that chapter. That's mapping it out. Make sense? All right, guys, have you learned a lot today? Did you learn a lot today? Say yes down there in the comments. Say yes, learned lots. So what are some stuff here going on here? Someone saying, Jeevan, you look like my co-worker in Saudi Arabia. The things I get. So yeah, you gotta. So here's the thing now. I've given you 9 questions. So here's what you do. Okay. So for each of the questions, now for each of the questions, someone's done something really interesting here. Tanu Seti, he's got a lot of time. So he's really typed it all out. So that's pretty cool. So you can see some of the stuff Seti's typed out. I hope you got it right. Here's what I want you to do, okay? There are 9 questions and you need to spend some time on the answers. So tomorrow is Sunday. And what you want to do is you want to sit down on Sunday and you have all the 9 questions in front of you and you go for it. Now, I would suggest you start at breakfast. You can have a good breakfast and get started. And maybe, take a break for lunch and boom, you get back in there again and you push. And then by evening, tea time, you're done with all your answers and you're going to feel super excited. You will get a serotonin rush, you get a dopamine rush, you'll get your brain just going to be on fire. The 9 questions is going to be your guide for Q2. Have you learned a lot, guys, today? Learned lots? Are you very happy? Yeah? So I hope to see many of you at the masterclass. So you were at my masterclass recently, the 2 days. It was explosive, as you can tell. So a little tip, if you're coming for the masterclass, be ready to take a lot of notes. As always, there'll be a lot of new stories. There'll still be some new stuff. The core stuff will still be there, still be the same. But more importantly, guys, get your team in there. Get your team in, because you know what? You'll be doing them a major favor. And they're going to be doing really, really well. So I think I got some questions. Let me just see that. So someone's asking me, Jeevan, can you put your website and Facebook page? Well, easy. Just Google Jeevan Sahadevan. There's more than 15 pages about me. Good luck reading all of that stuff. And search everywhere Jeevan Sahadevan. Facebook, Jeevan Sahadevan. LinkedIn, Jeevan Sahadevan. Instagram, Jeevan Sahadevan. Clubhouse, Jeevan Sahadevan. But sometimes you might find some other guy who's not as handsome. Don't click on that. Okay, so click on me. You go to Facebook, you'll find. So add me on LinkedIn especially. Yeah, so LinkedIn is stuff there. Facebook, add me wherever you want to add me on, and I'll get you in. Okay, so here's the thing. So I want you guys to do this tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah, get to work. If you can do it tonight, even better. But don't leave Q2 to chance. Leave it to design. You're going to design. So with that, I bless you all with a fantastic Q2 and lots of sales. May you have tons of sales, and I'll see you at the masterclass in June. All the best, everybody. Thank you, Sam, and thanks for the invitation. Sam, back to you. Over to you.
Let's all give a big hand to Jeevan, right? Didn't I tell you that he was mind-blowing? Right? Thank you so much, Joan, for coming here, coming into this at such a short notice. All right. So we look forward to seeing you on the 5th and 6th of June. All right.
Brilliant.
All right.
Brilliant.
Then take care.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. So now, okay. You guys just have to get into the sales and marketing masterclass, which is happening on the 5th and 6th, and it's going to be on Zoom. All right. And you know what? Again, just like the Essential Kangen workshop, and just like today's meeting, we have shifted the time to cater to your time zone. So for the guys in the UK, well, in this for Jivan's masterclass, it's going to be starting at 2:30, which is about 1.5 hours earlier than today's meeting. So that will be about when that will be around. In fact, the daylight saving for UK is going to start this next weekend. Daylight saving. So I think on the 5th and 6th of June, it also be daylight saving too. So I think you'll be able to come in at maybe about 7:30 for UK, right? And Hemant, have you got a flyer? You can flash onto the screen, Hemant. Right, and can you also share the link onto the chat? Great. All right. By the way, okay, so look at the pricing there. You know, just to let you know, right? The last 2 live events, the Sales and Marketing Masterclass, the last 2 live events was fully sold out. Okay. So now with the and also people had to fly in from overseas. We had a guy flying in. We had a guy who flew in from Manila, John Lim. We have many people who flew in from Singapore. But with this Zoom event, you just stay at home. Can I ask who here, right? You prefer a Zoom training without having to travel as compared to the live event? Who here prefer to attend a Zoom event rather than having to travel? I'm one of them. I find that when you travel to Las Vegas, like what we did with the GoPro, there were so many distractions there. You know, you gotta get things ready. Whereas when we were doing it at home, and I found that I was more focused. Of course, you have to be really, you have to make sure that you don't have the distractions there, right? So okay, take note. Today is the 20th, and the price is going for $100 or 400 ringgit, and up to the end of March, if you were to sign up now, okay, you'll be getting it at only $30 US. And this is a 2-day event, and you will be getting the same sort of value that you got today. So I'd like to ask now, how many of you here, you like the fact that we have moved the timing and the day to Saturday at this hour? Like for UK, it's 8 o'clock. All right. Can you just type in the me, you know, if you like the new arrangement, the new timing, the new day, right? Because yeah, thank you. So we need to gauge. This is going to be going on a trial basis. All right. And if I can see that there's a really significant a jump in the attendance, we will make this a permanent feature of ours. So that's it from us. So okay, next week I'm gonna introduce the speaker for next week. Next week we'll be having my sponsor, Bernard Chan, to come on, because Bernard Chan will be talking about, well, it's going to be the next series of people who will be coming on to be like, we're getting people who is already in Enagic for more than 10 years. And Bernard Chan will be coming to share his experiences, his journey over the last 10 years. And after that, the following week, it may be me, and I'll be getting other distributors as well. So Bernard, are you there, Bernard? Maybe we could maybe get you to just speak. Bernard's not here anymore. All right. So with that, thank you all for being here. Okay. And a big thanks also to those people who showed up just now to share their experiences. I'm now going to allow everybody here to unmute yourself, and maybe and could everybody turn on your camera so that you can take a group photo. All right. All right. You're now unmuted. Yes.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jivan.
Thank you,
Thank
Sam.
you for organizing this great stuff.
Great weekend.
Sam, thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll see you guys. We'll see you next week. All right.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you,
Working
everybody.
on your Q1 strategies.
Wonderful session. Wonderful session.